Okay, so what is this? Welcome, y'all. It's July 26th. Out in the garage messing around with the secret project behind us, and I can't turn the camera that way because she's not covered up. But we're making progress. You'll see those videos in 2 or 3 months. Saw our buddy Tony Cantanero. He gave us a call yesterday and asked if I knew anybody who was interested in a CR 125. He's building up his high school age hot rod that he bought when he was a kid. He still owns it. He's restored the thing from chassis up, paint, everything. I mean, when I say everything, I mean everything. This is like a full-on. He's restoring this whole car himself. So, and that gets pricey. So he hasn't been out in his go-kart, which, by the way, the engine's for sale. He has, I think it's a 2005 or 6, 4, 5, 6, 2001. It's an RS 250. It's got the A-kit setup on it and everything. He's looking to get rid of the Honda and maybe go to something a little simpler like a single. So he called and said, would you be interested? I noticed the video where you got the sprint cart. And I said, yeah, bring her on over and let's see what you got. So we got, he didn't even mention this yesterday, but new crank in a box, bunch of parts and pieces, everything, gaskets and seals and O-rings and springs and stuff and what have you. Motor mount already on it, right? And it's got the nice motor mount on it too, you know. It'll fit the European chassis. It'll fit these first CIK. So it's got a pipe. We need to get something on this end, and we need a box. And we've talked to our buddy John West, and he said he's got a plethora of CR 125 stuff left over from a buyout. So before we go shopping online, we'll go shopping in Chicago, right? Amongst the buddies, right? That's what we do. So speaking of amongst the buddies and what we do, Tony had called me yesterday and said, hey, you know, anybody that's interested in the motor? And I said, well, I might be interested in it for the sprint cart, you know. So we made plans he's going to come by after work today and bring it by. And so this morning I got up sending some email, doing some things, did Bible class this morning. And I was thinking about my buddy Patrick McIntyre. I don't know if he's looking in yet. But Patrick lives downriver. That's what we call folks that live down south of Detroit proper, right? We're north of town. People south of town are downriver. And that term is used pretty normally, you know, in the news and the airwaves around here. So I called Patrick because I knew he had both of his shoulders needed surgery, and he had one shoulder done, and he couldn't drive his go-kart at our test in April. But he did drive his go-kart at the test, the weekday test in June, and he said he was going to have surgery. So I called this morning just to see. Something told me call Patrick and see how he's feeling. And we were talking. I could tell right away he wasn't a normal chipper Patrick. So he's probably in some pain. You know, it's been a couple of weeks. And he's got a couple more weeks before he can start physical therapy. So we were talking a little bit, and I was just checking on him, you know. And I told him about buying a sprint cart, which he got excited about, and the possibility of maybe getting an engine later on today. And he was pretty excited about that too. So he's not supposed to be doing anything. Next thing I know, you hear him rumbling around, banging things around. I said, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm out in my garage looking for some parts and pieces and see what I got. I said, whoa, what are you doing? So next thing I know, he's offering me a PWM carburetor. He's got a pump around on his, and I'm not a fan or a proponent of the pump around. I've never used one. The PWM stock standard worked perfectly for me on my RS 125. So look at that. I offered to buy it from him, and he won't take any money. He said, no, I'm going to give it to you. So we talked a little bit more. I thanked him. I said, you know, God bless you. We're praying for you and your wife, and we're praying for your healing and all that. And we get off the phone. 15, 20 minutes later, the phone rings again. I look at this Patrick. And he says, hey, man, did that go-kart have a radiator on it? I said, and as a matter of fact, no. Larry stole the radiator off it. I said, why? What's going on? He says, you're not going to believe this. I just bought a $500 package and another $200 for the little the little shroud that, you know, you know what I mean? The little thing you lift up and down, the little, like a garage door thing that goes on it so you can adjust the temperature. And he says, so I got the old radiator. I don't think it's any good, but the mount is with it and all that stuff. And he says, I'm going to give it all to you. And I said, well, you're going to let me throw some money at you for it. Oh, no. He says, no. So, thanks, Patrick. That was pretty sweet of you. It just makes me smile about the hobby I chose. You know, Dad passed it on down to us. We continue to be involved in it as much as we possibly can, and we want to get new people involved all the time, and that's going to require putting people in your go-kart. Tough for me to do with the lay-down shifter. Not just anybody can drive one of those, but the sprint shifter, I won't be too personally attached to that. So, yeah, and the lay-down Yamaha and all that stuff. So cool how, you know, I'm a big believer, always have been, of everything happens for a reason. So here we are, things falling into place, and super excited about where this sprint kart might possibly take me. Again, reason for everything, I'm not a sprint kart guy. I reluctantly bought that thing because I wanted to help Larry more than anything. Instantly took the brakes off and sent it right to storage. I mean, you know, and now all these things are falling into place. And like I said, when it's finished, very interested to see where it takes me, where it leads me, where the Lord's leading me with this thing. It's exciting stuff. July 26th. We're playing around. Tony gave us a great deal on this engine. It needs some attention, but we really could not have asked for a better deal from a better guy. Got buddies chipping in already. Larry giving us a great deal on that go-kart. So yeah, we'll share it with everybody and let everybody take it for a ride, man. It's all good. So just wanted to give you an update over at RPM. We're ready to go G125 with that thing, man. Maybe next year, Randy. Watch it. That's right, Glenda. Come on in. I may come after you, Randy. It depends on how we mingle at the test day. If you and Joe leave me in the dust, then I won't bother racing. But if I can run with you, Godspeed. God bless y'all. We're praying for you. Hang in there. It will get better. Jesus coming.